Now, a month ago, the cryptocurrency Worldcoin launched with a promise to give every person on the planet access to the global economy. Millions of people signed up to have their irises scanned and be welcomed into the Worldcoin community. However, the currency's value has been moving in only one direction, downward. From Washington, Janelle Dumalaon has more.
Thanks, Rob. To say Worldcoin is an ambitious project is just a bit of an understatement. To quote from its stated mission, it's to create a globally inclusive identity and financial network owned by the majority of humanity. The idea is this: if you can prove you are human and real, you can stand up and be counted when it's time to allocate financial resources, like, say, in a universal basic income effort years down the line. But it's only been a little over a month, and the excitement is already giving way to skepticism and an even more enthusiasm-dampening regulatory crackdown around the world. Take a look. A grand vision, beginning with an orb who sees you for who you are. When the hardware works anyway. We're trying another one.
You were bothering me earlier. No, it's my fault.
Relax.
Now
it's up and running. A Worldcoin refresher. First, one shows the app, then the orb does an iris scan to verify humanity. I guess I've passed.
Uniqueness. And you're done.
I get a World ID that would let me log on to apps and websites anonymously. In exchange for the iris scans, users receive crypto tokens worth around $40 US. Unless you're in the US, where crypto tokens aren't handed out due to, quote, regulatory uncertainty. So I guess I'm leaving with nothing today. Tools for Humanity, the company behind Worldcoin, says the tech's ability to distinguish real and unique identities could also one day be applied to universal basic income programs in an AI-dominated world. Lines around the world depending on where the orbs were.
First, we will have to go from the jobs of today to the jobs of tomorrow, right? And that will be a little bit of a bumpy transition. And it'll be very important that we're able to support people around the world during that transition, right? With experiments like UBI, Universal Basic Income. And so to be able to do UBI, you need to be able to get money to people, but you also need to make sure that people only claim that money once.
But since its launch a month ago, a host of issues has beset Worldcoin, the most famous being Kenya's suspension of the project over privacy concerns. And things have hardly improved since. Questions around ethics and privacy linger, and critics say Worldcoin has yet to answer them satisfactorily.
The first thing I think I want people to understand is exactly who is going to be harnessing their data. The second thing is I have some questions I would like to ask about security. The orb that they're asking people to use is a piece of hardware that could have security flaws that we're not aware of. Like a question I would have, can an orb operator access that data through a backdoor or some other thing? A savvy orb operator might be able to figure out a hack into the orb to get the data before it's deleted.
Since Worldcoin launched, more than 2 million people around the world have gotten their irises scanned, taking it on trust that the technology is functional and secure. But unless they can convince governments everywhere of that, the grand vision of Worldcoin will remain just that, a vision. So what's the way forward for Worldcoin? The company behind it says it's working together with regulators as reviews are conducted. And like all tech-driven network ideas, it dreams of scale. Tools for Humanity told us that by next year, it expects tens of millions of people to have joined the network, and a lot more apps and services around the world to have started using World ID for their user logins. But in the end, what Worldcoin is selling is an idea rather than a tangible product, and it needs hype and widespread buy-in to do that. But if the declining value of the Worldcoin token translates to ever shorter lines of new users and even shorter attention spans, those milestones may be hard to achieve.
Janelle Dumalaon in Washington, thanks.